actually send you an article that we read for one of my classes. Like it's my technique class. Like on therapy technique. I did an article. It has 2 parts. It's a study that somebody did. I think it's pretty old. First half of the study, in established clinician, a lot of therapists, like decide together what characteristics there are in what they call an ideal analytic session, but the analytic type of therapy, which is the very long, like Freud type of therapy. And how they did that was they asked people to submit all possible traits you can think of, and language that was not specific to a school of thought. They avoid jargon, right? So instead of using terminology,
it could be anything but avoid jargon.
right. So in very simple terms, like patient and therapist discuss feelings. Very common. Like saying, regardless of what kind of theoretical orientation you have, you can use this. And then there's hundreds. People came up with hundreds of characteristics, and then they conducted a Q sort. A Q sort is you put them all on the cards. It's like from 1 to 9. I put the cards from the most important to the least important. And the rule of a Q sort is it has to be in a bell curve. So you prevent give half of the cards an 8 or a 9. You can't do that. You have to be in a bell curve. And then on here, they determine, okay, so based on everyone's responses, this is what the ideal therapy session looks like. And then use that to analyze several real therapy sessions. Those are code. How well they match up. So that's the first half of the study that you can measure. The whole point was we wanted to demonstrate that something like analytic therapy, which is very open-ended, right? It's not methodical. It's not like behavioral therapy. They go step 1, step 2.
You're not trying to form people into something.
There's no steps. There's no homework. There's no one right way for everybody. So their point was to demonstrate even something as open-ended as this can be quantified. And this is how you do it. The second half of the study was despite the fact that you can find quantifiable similarities between all of these therapy sessions, every session, every patient and therapist dyad will have their own unique characteristic. And they called it an interaction structure. Between one pair, there will always be a pattern of communicating. And it's distinctive to that pair. And that is something that you can't quantify. So it's very interesting. So there's both, that was the point.